of wonders, God of wonders, He is a God of wonders, miracles, signs, and wonders.
Hi, welcome to God of Wonders. Today, we are continuing with the story of Carol. And where we left the story from her journey as a girl, getting married, not knowing what was ahead of her, and the way she has fought many, many battles. When I listen to her story, you don't know whether to cry, you don't know what even to do. But God is so gracious. And Carol is going to continue her story. We stopped at, now there was this meeting that the husband has called. And he has called her friends, and also Carol has called her parent. And we want to hear, what was this meeting about? Karibu sana, Carol.
Thank you very much, Esther. So the meeting happened at about 3 p.m. That is when he also came in and singing this song. This is my desire to honor you. That is the song he was singing. His mother kept calling. You know, she's very anxious to find out what is happening in the house. And he also came in with the Rwandese lady. And also my parents were there. Everybody was there, and everyone there was this strange silence in the room. And he said, now I have come. I'm the one who has called this meeting. And I just want to say, I don't want to see Carol in my house. I want to get married, and I want her to leave with immediate effect.
Shocking.
Wow. So I was like, okay, what is this and what is happening? Everyone was confused, like, what is happening? What is it? So my dad told him, let us get out of the house. Let us go out there and just have a talk. So my dad's intention was to go out with him and the best man and also the pastor so that they can go talk. Because my dad was also embarrassed. Like, how can you do that in front of people? And he said, no. I want Carol out of this house, and I want to marry in this house. Hey, let me tell you, never conspire. Because at that moment, God brought in something else. My mother told him, what do you mean? You can call us here to actually chase away my daughter. I'm telling you, that thing hit my dad. I've never seen my father crying. My father just tears started rolling out of his face. When my mother saw my dad crying, she went crazy. She told him off. She told me, you have sat down with your mother. You have conspired against my daughter. My daughter has been telling me what you people are doing to her. It was crazy. And I'm telling you, when I saw that, I felt this thing, this heat within me. I was standing. Do you know, I felt some heat. I just let out a scream, and the next minute I was down.
Jesus.
My mother, to see that, she's like, I'll pick my daughter, and we are going to go, and we will raise these children. So my father told him, now let me ask you, what about the children? Akasema, I don't have a problem with the children, but I don't have even a plate of food to feed your daughter. Just pick her and go, and right now, because I'm going to marry in this house. My friend, the arrogance. The arrogance in the voice of the... And at the same time, the mother is calling. The lady here who is Rwandese, she's like, yes, ninataka kusikia ni nini mnasema. Ongeeni English. You know?
And she was your friend now. You're the one who brought her
I'm
here.
the one who brought her there. But now they have taken advantage. What they were waiting for was an opportunity to chase me away. And now they have gotten somebody who will help them. And they have sat down the whole night with this woman, and they have strategized. And now she has come with my husband to execute that which they were planning in the night. So the mother was on the phone asking them, ameenda. I am telling you, it turned chaotic. My parents started crying. My mother started crying. The women just told me, hey, Carol, these things here, kumekuwa kubaya. They took me to the bedroom. I started packing. I packed my things. And the woman came, that Rwandese. She's like, yeah, pack. Mwende. Now, imagine in all these things,
What?
nobody can tell this woman is part of this whole thing. This Rwandese woman.
So you didn't like ask yourself, Why is it she telling me to go?
No, I didn't. No, she's like, sasa we ukikaa hapa Karo, you'll be killed or something wrong he's going to do. So the other women took me to my room. I remember taking my certificates, my documents, taking a few clothes. And I'm the one who wanted to take a few clothes because I was thinking, let me give this man like 2-3 days. Then we can sit down and then I want to see what is this whole thing happening. So we went to the bedroom, we picked up a few things, and then he found me at the bedroom. At that time, I had the car keys. I used to drive a Suzuki and had been driving it like the whole of that week. He came and told me, give me my car keys. I gave him. He found me wearing his jacket. He told me, remove that jacket. Nikatoa. And then I left it to him.
Let me ask you, Carol, where are the children?
The children are still in the room. They're in the house.
So
And
they're hearing all this?
Yes. They were in the bedroom with the house girl. So I told my house girl, can you pack? Then we go. Even my parents did not go where they were going to Embakasi. My parents just told me, enter the car, we go. And these women told me, you see, this man has decided. You, Carol, just pack your things and just do what? And just go. So after that, I left and I entered into my father's car. And we headed straight home. Me, my children, and the house girl. And when we got home, I think I was feeling like I'm in another world. I was not feeling normal. I was not myself. I was so full of fear. I could never go back to my house. It's like this lady, this Rwandese lady, when she went to Rwanda, she went and came back with some powers. We have a key that was opening our bedroom. The key broke. So when the key broke, my husband came home in the evening to put in the key, and the key broke. I don't know how that key broke. But then now, me and him had to sleep in the sitting room on the mattress. And this lady, remember, she was also sleeping in the same sitting room. So I don't know when we slept, because when we woke up, we were like, hey, we've had a really serious sleep in the night. So there was something that she did. There was something that she did to us in the night. Because after that, I everything was happening and I could not notice, I could not realize. But the house girl could see what is happening. And the house girl is trying to tell me, there is something that is not right. Look at this woman. I could not fathom. I could not understand what she's telling me. I could not. It's like you are talking to somebody, but their minds are not there. So I left, and then when I got home, I called one of the elder ladies who was there. Her name was Mama Wamboi. And I told her, Mama Wamboi, I need to talk to you. And she said, Carol, don't come to my house. Let's meet in Donholm. So when I went to Donholm, this lady told me, let me tell you, Carol, I am so surprised. I can't believe. You know, I was told so many things. Number one, they told me that the way you are dirty in the house, you don't know how to clean the house, you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to take care of yourself, you don't know how to take care of the children, you don't know how to do anything. And I'm thinking, in as much as I got married at 19, my mother is a disciplinarian. There is nothing I didn't know how to cook. Even things that people my age don't know. They don't know how to make njahe. They don't know how to mix njahe with bananas. I know how to do that. When we were living with my husband, one of the things he used to say, you know, one thing I like about you, you are very clean and you are very neat and organized. So how is it that now I have come and have changed and I'm being told that I'm being chased away for the same thing? At that time, I was production manager. And one of the things a production manager used to do is you'd also be looking out for guests for the producers. And so sometimes my producer for a program we used to call Doctors on Call or Family Doctor, you know, they have other responsibilities. So the producers would come and tell me. And sometimes you'd call a doctor and the doctor doesn't pick. But now at home, when I'm at home, and maybe even we are sleeping at 11, the doctor will call back and say, hi, Carol, how are you? And you know, doctors, they say, oh, hi, sweetheart. You know, he knows you're feeling bad because the whole day you've been calling. And he say, hi, sweetheart, I have seen you have been trying to, and this is an old man. These are old men. And you know, they are doctors. And he say, yes, I saw you called me so many times. But the whole day I was in one operation from another, and I've been busy in the hospital. So he would hear, my husband would hear all these conversations. And one thing that I came to realize, he was very intimidated. Yeah, this is a girl who is in the media. And then you are Now, you know, the other thing is, he didn't even believe in himself. He didn't see himself as a person who is in a position of influence. He didn't, yani hakujiamini. So he's feeling intimidated, he's jealous, but he will never show you. So the story started, that I've been having affairs with different doctors who don't even respect him. They call him at 11 o'clock in the night. The story is, I don't know, I am also having an affair with my ex-boyfriend. Or even this boy, my son, looks like the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of filth and a lot of dirt and a lot of mud. You know, it was bad. And in fact, this lady told me, Caro, I don't want to be seen with you. You have been my prayer partner, but I don't want to be seen with you. The things your husband told me, I cannot. I cannot. And let me tell you, that man, if today you sit with him, Esther, he tells you about me, you will wonder if it is the same girl that you know. You will wonder if it is the same Caro that you know. I am telling you, slander, malice. You know, he will convince you. There's nothing he cannot say. There's nothing he cannot say. My mother-in-law, even my husband knows this story very well. You can see the wickedness in this woman. My daughter was about 6 years. Then, because my kids sometimes would go to the garage with their dad. She called me and she told me, hey, can you imagine? Your daughter comes here and sits down, asks for tea, and then she takes her legs and puts on top of a man under the table. My husband knows that. It is not a lie. What? It is something that he knows. And the mother is like, yes, that girl has no manners. That girl has no manners. And me, I was very angry. And she told the son the same thing. And yet the son knows it is a lie. But he never even one day stood, even when he was sober, he never even one day stood to protect his own family. He never did that. And that is the life that she would wake up in the morning, do something, cause a fracas, and that is what would happen. Even our children, she did not even spare, even her grandchildren, she did not.
But
so
that was very wrong.
Yeah.
Because he knew he can fight you.
Yeah.
But now the children of the son, why is she fighting them?
Because
for what?
I don't know. That there was something crazy about her.
God of wonders, He is a God of wonders, miracles, signs, and wonders.
So after that, I remember now, I met another teacher where my kids were schooling. And she told me, you have withdrawn your son, and those were my hope students. These students are performing well in maths, and you have removed them from the school. I told him, yeah, I had to remove them from the school because now the father has changed. She told me, why are you playing to the tune of this man? You can't. Everyone kept on telling me like that, Mrudishie watoto, and ask him, what is the plan you have with these children? So Mimi, at that time, now I was zombified. So me, I was following what I am being told. My mother told me no. I said I am returning kids.
Yes.
And the kids went with the house girl. The house girl started observing what is happening. Now they are sleeping in my bed. They are even showering together, and the kids are there. And a lot of things were happening. And now they realized I am now communicating with her. And this woman was now threatening her, what she's going to do to her. But this lady called me and he told me, kuna mambo inafanyika kwako, lakini ngoja wanilipe, nitakupigia. That lady later called me and she told me, where can I meet you? She sat down. She's the one who told me everything that was happening in my house. Now, before this girl, I had another house girl. And still, this Rwandese was in my house. Now, this house girl, there's a way she loved me. There's a way she looked up to me. And there's a way she cared about me because she had a special needs child. So sometimes when we go out for missions, I would bring her clothes, I would bring her things. I would always, bring her things. And one day, because they wanted to chase away that girl, because they are seeing she's close to me, my husband came and told me, I came with money from the hotel. And the money is missing in the house. I said, how is it missing? Where is it missing from? Our bedroom. and it is your house girl. Now he wants me to get angry and chase away my house girl.
Yes.
I told him my house girl cannot take that money. And he said, where is them? For 3 days, he pushed me. Esther, let me tell you, and my husband can attest to this, and he knows it even today. I dreamt where the money is.
Yes.
And I woke up and I said, I know where the money is. I took a stool. I climbed on top of the stool, the wardrobe up there, I stretched my hand, and I took the money that he had kept there in a plastic bag. And I said, here is the money. And that thing shook him. He's being now totally under the control of this woman. And the mother is very much with this Rwandese girl. Wako hapa na hapa. They are purposed, we must kick out this woman, this Caro. I remember we met somewhere in Donholm. I left Donholm, I went straight to a pastor. And I told the pastor the whole story. And he told me, Carol, kneel down. I need to pray for you. And he prayed for me, and we started fellowship. And he told me, him and his wife told me, go get your clothes and come here. And every night at 3 a.m., we would wake up to pray. Every night at 3 a.m., we would wake up to pray. Now, within no time, I would sometimes go and sleep I would go to work, but sometimes I would even go to sleep in my house. But let me tell you, Esther, when people do something wrong to you, the pastor who I had called in Rwanda and asked, can I host this lady? And he said, that is a good lady, called me one night. And he told me, we were in a conference of African pastors, and we were told what this Esther has done to your marriage. They told me, don't care, don't worry. I'm telling you, forgive her and wait and see what God will do. Another one would call me from Uganda. Another one would call me from Zambia. Another one would call me from Tanzania. I just used to talk to pastors on the phone who used to pray for me, and I don't even know who they are. I have never met them. A pastor would be told this and this is happening to a lady in Kenya, and they would say, give me her number. And people would just pray for me, and people would cry, but people are praying for me and crying. And me, I'm just like a zombie. I'm like, I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is going on. And that was my life at that time.
It's like you didn't know now who you are. You had lost yourself.
Yes, completely.
Welcome back. As we are continuing hearing this story, which is really moving, that Caro was chased. But one thing I love about God, he never forsakes us nor leaves us. Even in those difficult times that you don't know what to do or who to call, God will always send people to pray with you. And Caro now, she's back with the Lord, deep in prayers. People are supporting her in prayer. So Caro, what happened next?
Yes, Esther. So after I left and these people were praying for me, you know me, I was dealing with pastors.
Yes.
Because I was working for a Christian TV station. So I was dealing with many of them. I knew them. So this morning I left my house and I was going to work. On Wayakiwe, I lit somewhere on Chiromo. And I was crossing the road. And because I had a lot of experiences with my husband because he was a mechanic, all of a sudden I heard the screeching of a car.
Jesus.
And in my mind, I can tell that it's a lorry, and I can tell it has lost its brakes. And I can tell it is coming. By the time I was coming back to myself, the lorry hit the car in front of it, and another one, and I was knocked down. And I was on the road.
Jesus.
Yes. So I remember that time, it was a lady who had knocked me down. And so I remember what this lady, she was so scared. She told people to help her. They put me in the car and we went to Nairobi hospital. On the way, she asked me, who can I call? Now me, Esther, I didn't know anybody else because I have I'm so attached to my husband. I told her, can you call my husband? And she called him and she told him, by the way, Caro has had an accident and we're on the way to hospital. the office sent a friend and a colleague. His name is Fred. So I was taken to Nairobi Hospital. And when I was at Nairobi Hospital, Fred came, and my husband took quite some time to come from Mombasa Road. The moment my husband came and found that guy called Fred, he totally shut off. He was so angry. He was so bitter because according to him, any man I am having an affair. Any man he sees around me, he has been told those are the people that I've been having affairs with. Those are the men that I'm having affairs with because I'm also working with them. People from the garage started calling me, can you come for your children? They are washing dishes. Abigail ni anaosha vyombo huko. Then at home, the neighbors are calling me. The children have been left unattended and they are climbing on the wall. And if the child falls from there, they might break their leg. My mother told me, go bring those children. Even if you don't want them, I'll take care of them. I took my children and I went to Tena Estate so that they can continue going to the school where they were going. And I took a 1-bedroom. When I took a 1-bedroom, I started raising my children by myself. Remember, I'm still walking on a crutch. The leg has not healed. So one morning, I wake up, and the kids were almost, it was actually about 4 weeks. The children were now doing exams. So the house girl woke up, took the kids, and crossed the road and waited with them there for the school bus. Do you know, Esther, I locked the door, I came with a crutch, I walked, and then that morning it had rained. By the time I was reaching the road, I was knocked by another car, I slid on the road, a motorbike with 3 people came and passed on top of me, the same leg. And that is the day I was going back to work after now this accident. The same leg was again now, the wound was open. I had another wound on this other leg. And now I can't even wake up. And everyone is looking at me in shock like, you know, I was looking like I'm jinxed. So people rose me, wakaninua, and a good Samaritan walked, asked me, what do we do? And that vehicle didn't even stop. So, but I stood, but I was in pain. So I told them, it's okay. Take me across the other side. That time, Donholm was the old road, not now that they have built the overpass. So I told them, just walk me to the other side, and then I take a vehicle. Do you know, everybody was standing. Okay, people were just looking at me. Nobody knows what to tell me, knows to tell me pole. People are just watching me. So I crossed, I entered a vehicle because I really wanted to get out of that place because everyone is looking at me. I took a vehicle and I went to town. When I got to town, I went straight to a chemist. By that time, the wound was bleeding and I had blood. And the person that I found in that chemist was a man and his wife. And they looked at me and they said, oh, what is wrong? And they saw my leg. They just told me, just get in there. And they asked me, what is wrong with the leg? I said, I've just had an accident. Oh my God. And why are you having a bandage? I said, I'm just recovering from another accident. And today I was going back to work. Do you know they did for me first aid? They cleaned the wound. They wrapped it properly. They gave me painkiller. They actually injected some painkiller on me. They gave me another medication. And now I was ready to go back to work. Now let me tell you, God had just positioned people. So me, I walked and I went to Odeon. And I took a vehicle 48 all the way to work. When I got to work, I was just telling myself, surely, will I go and tell people that now I was coming back today to work and I got another accident? I said, no. People will look at me like I'm mad. People will think I'm jinxed. Do you know I got to work? I didn't tell anybody. I found our head of TV there. I went and sat and said, oh, Caro, you have come. Yes, I'm back. Nini. And our HR is like, oh, everyone was excited. And I went and sat on my workstation. And then at about 2-3 hours later, the pain struck again. I was in pain. And that time, our boss now, the owner of the station, had just come in. When he heard I am back, he came now downstairs to see me. And he said, oh, Caro, you're back. I said, yes. How are you feeling now? I said, I'm feeling better. Because now I have not been at work a whole month. Now, if I say I'm not better, I'd rather struggle and come to work as I heal. So he said, let me see the leg. By the time he was looking at the leg, both legs now were swollen. they were swollen. And he said, why did you come to work with the leg swollen like that? I said, no, it's just been swelling. And that's why actually I've taken quite some time because the swelling has refused to subside. He said, no. And he told the head of TV and the head, can you organize how Carol will be taken back home?
Oh, that was good.
So me, I'm put in the office vehicle and I am taken back home. Now I have gone there and I know nobody will ask me until I tell them the leg is healed. So I went back home and I rested. So in this process, somebody calls me. And you know me, I loved my work. I love doing camera work. I love editing. I am so passionate about it. It's like a drug. So I would like, I have not touched a camera. So someone calls me and tells me, Carol, there is a conference that is coming up. And this pastor says that she wants you to come. Me, I took my crutch. And then off I went. So there was a conference that was being organized, and the lady who was in charge was a prophetess. So me, I joined them, and they wanted media to be done. And I actually said, okay, I can call somebody, then we do this together. And in the conference, let me tell you, there's another prophet who came. And that man came and said, why is that leg oozing? Why is it not in? Because the leg had now had a very big wound on the ankle, and the ankle was not healing. So we had tried, me and my mom and my dad, we used to go, actually my mom, we used to go from one hospital to another. The leg has refused to heal. A hole is like it is forming. So I remember one time my mom told me, no, we are not going to go to those big hospitals because now even we don't have money. We're going to go to another hospital somewhere in Nauko too. It was called Kawangware. Yeah, it is just on our way home. So my mom told me, no, there's like a good private hospital. Let's go to that private hospital. So we went to that hospital. When we were seated on the line, I remember there was this Muslim man. He came and he looked at me. And he said, whoever is doing this to you wanted you dead. But let me tell you, this leg will not heal. It will not heal of medication. Do this. Go look for honey. And go look for pure honey. Like honey ya kienyeji. You come every night and you put on that leg. Every night you put it on that leg. And if you have to clean, just clean the surrounding. But don't clean inside. Esther, my mother, the next time, when we went home, we were cleaned. And then we went home. My mother woke up very early in the morning. I don't know where she went. Some rural place Nauko. She went to look for that. You know that honey that has those white things?
Yes.
Yeah, those bees. She went and brought pure honey. And I'm telling you, Esther, that is what healed my leg. We used to put that honey there, and then we put it there. But before that prophet had told me, come, I want to pray for you. And he prayed for me, and he prayed for me, and he took a bottle of water and then poured it on my leg. And now I'm continuing to do the honey.
Yes.
And that is how my leg healed, and that is how my leg healed.
Amen.
And until now, it has never given me problems. So in the midst now, the conference has ended. So now we are left with this prophetess. And but when we started off, it was not bad. But interesting enough, in that ministry, we were prominent. You know, I'm in the media. There were people who are doctors. There were people who are lawyers. There were people who are wives to prominent people. And we were in this ministry together. And it was a good ministry because now we started doing even prisons. But even before, I used to do prison ministry. But now I met a lady there who was now enabling us to get Bibles. And then would come and distribute Bibles. We would preach in the prison. People would give their lives to Christ, and especially those who have been convicted, the death convicts. And I'm telling you, we had a lot of prophetic words that also came to pass during that time. I also had a feeding program, and also by myself. I used to have I had already registered a company, and it was actually a ministry, but registered as a company. So I would buy a lot of pads, and I would distribute them to young girls. And then I also had a vision. I had gotten to my circle, and I got about 100,000. And what I wanted to do now, I wanted to start empowering the mama mbogas. I started realizing that most of them, they have kiosks, but they would also like to have an enclosed area. They would like somebody who will give them some money to build an enclosed structure where they can also lock their vegetables and stuff. So I knew how to do it. And I would go and talk to those mama mbogas, and I tell them, get me a budget of how much it's going to cost. And had already spoken to a fundi who I knew who can do this. We say, how much is your budget? And then we come and build for you. And then I tell you, now I've built for you, but you're going to be paying me daily, or you're going to be paying me every month, or you're going to be paying me back every week. And with just a small interest of 20%. So that I'm also able to generate this 20%. I'm going to be able to buy pads for the girls in the schools, in the marginal, also in the slums. So that was the plan. And I had started doing that. So I told my husband, you know what? I think I need a car. And I think if business goes the way and I'm still employed, if things go the way I have planned, by the end of the year, I'm going to buy a RAV4. And I'm telling you, that was now where the problems got even worse. And I became like I was a threat to him. Because
But
also I was very
separated.
ambitious.
You're not together?
No, that was still when I was still there. I was very ambitious, very ambitious. And this prophetess also could see the ambition. She could see the women who are there. And so after the conference, she called us and we started. And now that was now another story because some of us never left there. She began misusing us. She began asking for seeds. She knows the problem that I have in my marriage. She will call me and she tell me, you know, Carol, it is for you to be able to overcome this, you have to bring a seed. And it is not only me. And let me tell you, Esther, these people don't take people who are nobodies in society. It's very rare. They will take people who have money, people who have brains, people who have what it takes to excel in life. And that is how they come in and, you know, you are so desperate. And someone is telling you we can pray together. And every day you go there, you are praying. You are praying. But you are not aware of which God is this person praying to. You are so desperate. And I'm telling you, Esther, many women have fallen into the wrong hands of pastors and prophets because of desperation. And I was so desperate because for me, I knew somebody somewhere is misusing my husband. Somebody somewhere has been playing around with my mind. Something is happening. And when I see how we had planned with my husband, where we would be by now, I was so devastated. And the desperation was not letting me go. I was obviously very desperate. Yes.
Our next episode will be greater and deeper. As Carol has just told us, now another story of her desperation. We want to know, where is this desperation going to take her? Because when people are desperate, it's so easy to go in the wrong way. I welcome you to our next episode.
God of wonders, He is a God of wonders, miracles, signs, and wonders.
Carol's story is one of a unique story. She got married and she loved her husband, and her husband was a great man. But when there is interference in our marriage, be it from our mothers-in-law, our sisters, or from our side, then the enemy get a room to attack. But we are fighters and we are conquerors, because the Bible says, those who are born by the Spirit of God, they shall overcome. So we are going even to overcome about the issue of our marriage. But in details, as we have learned about her story, she was ready to stay in that marriage. But her husband is the one who chased her away from her house. So Carol, please continue telling us this wonderful story. And I know you are a fighter. Karibu.
Thank you, Esther. So I want to let us go back to the day now I was chased. So this had already been premeditated. They had already planned about it. So they came to the house and they chased me away. And I remember at that time I used to pray so much. And especially the day that he chased me away, it was terrible, Esther. Do you know that time I cried and I felt betrayed? How can you call people into our house and then you chase me away? I really felt betrayed, Esther. And I remember going back home and I cried and I had a voice in my spirit telling me, my daughter, that is how my son felt on the way to Golgotha.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm telling you, I know how Christ felt. Ashamed, betrayed, hated, rejected. And that is why today I say, for me, I'll live for Christ.
Amen.
I had an experience and I know how he felt on the way to Golgotha. I know how he felt. I have that experience. And if that is how Christ felt,
Yes.
then it was bad.
Painful.
I tell you, Esther, I would sit down and I would feel like there is blood pouring from my heart. And I could taste blood in my mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
The pain was so much. I don't know. And I'm telling you, Esther, I remember one time I went to a prayer meeting. And there was a pastor there. And I had also talked about the accident. And the wound still had not healed. It was still oozing blood. And at this time, I could not cover the wound because now the pus was so much. And I could just walk with that wound. And that pastor came and he called me and he told me, sit here. And he told me, God is telling me to tell you, he's going to heal your hearts.
Amen.
And he told me, when you look at that wound, the way that wound looks is the way your heart is.
Oh, Jesus.
Your heart is full of pain. Your heart is full of pus. There's the same. When you look at that wound, just know that is how your heart looks. And he said, God is going to heal you. And I began to think about the journey that we had been together. And one of the things that I remembered, during this time, things had become so bad, and that is even before now, even this lady Esther came. One time he came home and he told me, Caro, you know what? I went to see the doctor, I've been unwell, and the doctor says we have to go to the hospital with you. So I was like, what are we going to do at the hospital? And he says, no, the doctor says that we have an infection and you also need to get an injection. So I was like, okay, what kind of infection? He says the doctor will tell you. But he said, you know, you have a blood infection, and this infection, even I've seen, it keeps on recurring. So I told your husband we need then to do cleanup. We need to give you some injection, both of you, so that it doesn't recur. And so when the doctor injected me, and I remember we used to keep on, having those recurrence of infections. And I was so mad because the doctor said, you have to come again tomorrow and the day after. And I'm telling you, that brought a fight. Because one day I told him, how long shall we live like this? You have so many women around you. What shall we do? How are we going to live like this? And he told me, by the way, out of all the women that are in my life, Caro, you are the problem. And I said, how? Yeah, you're the one who is bringing all these infections. I was like, how do you go bring other people? Why are you bringing other people into this marriage? I thought marriage was for a husband and a wife. So what are you trying to imply? Are you trying to tell me that I'm cheating on you? Are you trying to tell me I'm cheating? And it's like the way he used to treat me is like I'm cheating. It's like I am the problem. It's that I'm the one who is bringing the infections. And I'm telling you, Esther, we fought. And he beat me up again. Because he used to beat me up. And every time he's fighting, and every time he wants to beat me up, he's always hitting my face. So the next day, I remember my house girl was not there. I remember it When he left, he locked the house from outside because he didn't know if I'm going to go to work, because I told him when my house girl comes, I am going to go to work. So he didn't know whether I'm going to go to work or I'm going to pack my things and I'm going to go. And he doesn't want me to go. So the whole time, the kids already went to school in the morning, but I was in the house, locked up. So about 2 o'clock he came and he said, okay, he opened the door and he said, no, we have to talk. And I said, what are we talking about? You beat me up yesterday and said, no. You know, I am sorry. You know, I shouldn't have done that. And I told him, even if you're sorry, you're coming to blame me for things you're doing. By the way, everything he used to do, he used to blame me. And now you're coming to blame me for an infection that you are bringing. And he said, no, let's talk. So we talked. And he said, those things, I'm not going to do those things again. It is okay. So me, I was like, okay, I can see. And let me tell you something very interesting about him. He will do things. He will do very, very unpredictable things. And then all of a sudden, he will calm down. And even you could see, he even wants to cry. So I was like, okay, I think he's okay now. He's sobering up, and maybe he wants to do it right. So me, I didn't go anywhere. So I remember that week, I went to work. And I went to work, and I was somehow where I was working, my workstation was downstairs at the TV station. And when I was coming up the stairs, I met my boss, Leo. He was coming down the stairs. And he looked at me. And he said, why do you have black eyes? And I said, something happened. And he said, he has been beating you, Caro. And I said, yes. And he said, it's okay. We are going to talk about it. So me, I didn't think much. Because at that time, I used to cry a lot. I'm unable to work. I'm depressed. I'm so stressed. So I remember that evening I went home. I was on my way home. So I passed somewhere in Commercial, and bang, I meet my sister, my second-born sister. And she's always very caring. She always looks out for me, by the way. So she told me, we just met, and she told me, why do you have black eyes? And I said, I got an accident. And she said, you are lying. No, Caro, you are lying. And I've been thinking about you, and I've been wanting to come to your house, and I know he's beating you. So she told me, right now, let us go, I take you to the bus stop. So we went, she didn't talk to me, she was so mad. So she took me until the place where I was taking the matatus. So me, by the time I was getting home, my sister had already gotten home. She had already told my dad that this guy is beating me. And the next thing that happened, my dad came running. He drove all the way to our house. So by the time I'm getting there at about 9 o'clock, about 8:30, my dad had already gotten there. And my dad wanted to know, why are you beating her? What is the problem? And my dad was very mad with him. And he said, I've come to warn you. I've just come to tell you, don't you dare beat my daughter. If for sure you feel you are fed up with her, you don't want anything to do with her, please just release her, let her come back. And after that, my dad left, and he went. And from that time, my dad would always call me. And he would be like, are you fine? Are you okay? And my mom would always, they would always want to follow up.
But you didn't tell us, Caro, what did your husband say when your dad asked him why he's beating you?
He didn't say anything. He said, we are just having challenges. Alijitetea, obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, and at some point he said, oh, I'm very, very sorry. I will not do that again. Because he knows my dad, At that time, my dad would do firewood. It was fireworks. So he humble.
Okay.
And then the next day, my dad actually left and went to the garage. And he saw the mom. And he said, I have not allowed anybody to beat my daughter. If you have a problem with my daughter, can you can we sit down and talk? And the mother was like, this girl, she has a lot of, she has bad manners. She does not respect the husband. She keeps on talking, she cannot listen. So all those things, she's accusing me. And my dad just told her, the only thing I will tell you, even me, I've been married for very many years with my wife, and we have always had issues. But I will not allow anybody to beat up my daughter. So the next time there is a problem, please let me know. And from that time, never dared to touch me.
Great.
So what happened again? Now, this time the mother was also very angry. And I remember I went to the garage. No, that time she came to our house. And she tells me, you know, hizi shida zote mko nazo hapa, you know, you can actually divorce. You know, people get divorced. And it's not a big deal. You get the divorce, you take care of the children separately. And I was like, divorce. You know, I never thought it was an option. And I have never thought of leaving my husband. I have never thought of leaving him. And that is when I told the mother, but why should we divorce? And then she told me, by the way, Carol, let me tell you, I have never envisioned my son with one wife. For me, I have always felt my son needs to marry 2 or 3 wives.
Jesus.
You know, women who will submit to him, and a woman who will hear what, you know, who will listen to him and hear him. And I was like, 2 or 3 wives. And she's like, yeah, it is okay. Even white people, you know, they get married. And Esther, I was feeling like, am I hearing right? What is happening? And every time the mother would come, it's like that. After 2 days, you know, the guy would get so angry. Now, the next weekend, I remember, my parents had come over to see my second born. And we sat there with my mother-in-law, and we ate, and we finished. So it was time to go back home. And normally, when my parents would come, my husband would just fuel the car and drive them all the way to Uthiru. He got the car keys, and he's now coming out so that they take my parents. Do you know the mother called him to the kitchen and told him, dare you? Dare you? Do you know me? All of a sudden, I saw us, we are escorting my parents, we are escorting them to the bus stop. And my dad was like, okay. But anyway, he didn't take it much. So he went, and that time it's about 8, some minutes to 8. So my parents took a matatu, and they went home. So when we were left, I asked my husband, why would you not drive my parents home, like always? He didn't have anything to say. He was angry. The anger, he always gets angry. He gets agitated. You know, he starts looking like he's a lion. He wants to fight. And me, every time I would see that side of him, I just tone down and I would just keep quiet. His people are untouchable. You don't go that direction. You don't ask him about his people. You don't comment. You don't say anything. He would come home, he has already eaten. You know, he comes home, he has already eaten. And there's no food in the house. Slowly by slowly, one night, he comes with his sister. One evening, he comes with his sister. And they come to the house. And I remember that time I had made some githeri. My husband is a health freak. So I had made some salad, some purple cabbage, some red cabbage, some broccoli. And that was on the side. And that is what I served them. Then my sister-in-law was like, is this what you are given? Is this the kind of food you eat? And I was like, yeah, there's no other food. Do you know that man used to be so proud, Esther? Now we don't have a fridge, and we have a dog, a very cute dog we used to have. So what happened, that when he comes home, and then we had a cat also. So when we had a fridge, we could buy dog food and put it there. But now we don't have a fridge. After the sister said that, do you know henceforth from that time, he would come home. When I put for him food, he would go and get the dog's plate and come put the food for the dog to eat. Yes?
Jesus.
Yes, that's what he would do. Then he would go and buy a tray of kienyeji eggs. He would keep them there, and he said, don't touch those eggs.
They're his.
They are not his. He would come, in the morning he would boil 2 eggs. 1 egg for the cat, 1 egg for the dog. Thank you. That is what he would do. From there, I started seeing some other very weird characters. He would come home with a liter of yogurt. And he had bought small glasses like this for the kids. So he'll come with that 1 liter of yogurt, and then he would put the yogurt for the children. And what remains, He'll put in a glass, and me, I'm like, hey, guys, you have yogurt. So me, I come with a glass, and he said, don't touch.
What?
Yes. So totally we are living in the same house, but there's nothing,
In between.
there's nothing between us. To the extent that one day he told me, I don't think I ever wanted to marry you. I didn't want to marry a woman like you. And I said, okay, so what kind of woman did you want to marry? Man, now that you're feeling up there, who did you want to marry? And he told me, out of all the women that I had, I've kept on telling you that you are the ugliest. I had a girlfriend, and you're the one who came between us. And I was like, what do you mean I'm the one who came between you? And he said, yeah. It looks like you and your mother did some witchcraft on me, and that is why I ended up marrying you. And I go like, okay, let me ask you. When I met you, you had nothing. You didn't even have a car. So what is this that you have felt so high up there that you think you had, that me and my mother had to take up the struggle to go visit a witch doctor, really, and sit down with a witch doctor and tell witch doctor, I have come here because I need this man so badly. And I'm telling you, the things you used to say just used to make me laugh. And me, I'm a happy person.
Yes.
By then, I am a happy person to the extent that, Esther, if you see me when the days when I'm laughing the most, my mother used to tell people, the day she's laughing the most, if you go to her backyard, that is when problems zinanyesha, challenges zinamnyeshea kama nini. If you see her laughing, and imagine I would laugh throughout the process because it sounds funny. Like, hey, dude, umejieka wapi? Umejipea mahewa mpaka you think someone can literally go to a witch doctor to get you? So that is how this man had been programmed.
Okay.
By his mother. And I remember the mother used to show me that he's the world. There's a way the mom had started now conditioning him that he can have any woman he wants. Any woman can bow at his feet. Now the garage is doing well. The garage is, everything is doing well. The relatives, he has opened doors, they are walking in and out. Today, a relative just walks into the garage and says, I need this amount of money, niko na hii shida. Any other person will be given money. But me, Sayo, he's taking care of the relatives. Watoto wangu, he never buys for them clothes. He doesn't buy food in the house. The only thing he does is pay school fees. Of course, now we have our own house. That is the only thing you have. On Sunday, the guy will never take his family anywhere. He goes to church, and then he comes back home to sleep. But if you make a lot of noise, take us for nyama choma. When he takes you for nyama choma, ananunua nyama kama 3/4, and me, I'm with the kids. And he's like, he won't eat. He can't eat with us. A lot of baggage, a lot of, oh God. It was chaotic. He was terrible, so to speak. And things went on like that. The mother kept on coming to check, to meachana. Now, what happened after that? After the mother talked about the divorce, I think about 3 weeks, he came home. And I remember it was in the morning we were dressing. It was on a Saturday. And he used to wake up a bit late on Saturday. And he told me, Carol, there's something I want us to do. I want us to enter into a contract of 2 years. A contract of this marriage. And if it doesn't work within these 2 years, we call it quits. We just get a divorce. And I'm thinking, where did you get that?
From the mother.
Yeah, from the mother. And he said, yeah, people do that. We just go to a lawyer, we draw a contract. If you don't behave well, if you don't behave as per my expectations within those 2 years, then we can just divorce. And Esther, I used to feel so heartbroken. When I look at this man and I see the potential that he had, I'll tell you, our first years of marriage, we had a 5x6 bed. We used to sleep with books. Books. Because sometimes he will go out and he's trying to repair a car and he cannot get the solution. By the way, he's a very good mechanic, one of the best I know. And at that time, I remember I would call my friends. I had friends from Nation, my friends from KTN, Citizen. I would, even doctors, I would send them to him. So I would also do marketing
For him.
And we were growing very well. And Esther, I tell you, when he cannot find a solution, we have all these books on our bed. And at night, he's asleep and he would wake up and tell me, sweetie, I have dreamt the solution of that car. And we would sit down, and then now I would turn on the lights, and then he would start perusing. Here is the answer. Then he tells me, take a pen and a paper. And I used to sleep on the side of my bed with a notebook. And I would wake up and I would write down everything he's telling me. And he says, I'll do this to the car, I'll do this, and I'll do that. Then after he's finished, then we go back to sleep. Tomorrow, he will call me when I'm at my place of work. And he tell me, sasa niko kwa gari. Niambie, read for me what you wrote last night. And do you know why he would do that? Because he wants to bring the car home so that I can ride in the car. And tell me, hey, sweetie, this car, wow, it's really nice. I asked the client if I can come with it because I really wanted you to feel how it feels to be in this car. So even in the business, it was our business. The garage we were together at the garage. We used to do things together. And you know, when I look back and I'm just thinking, whatever happened to this man? And it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad.
Now, Carol, let me ask you a question. Because definitely a marriage involved other people. There was a best maid, your parent, your friends. Was there nobody who called you this particular time that we talked together, you tried to solve the problems?
Let me tell you, Esther, there is a time, during that time when they had chased me away, and I went. And I remember there's a pastor who intervened, and he called us one evening. And we went to his house, and he told, and let me tell you, this pastor told me, you know, I've looked at your mother-in-law. I've been there to the garage, and that woman is okay. There's nothing wrong with her. And I was like, you're saying she's okay, and I'm the one who knows. But, you know, he totally downplayed it. And I was okay, and he said, okay, you people, he prayed for us, and he said, go back. So I told him, no, let me go home, prepare, start packing, then I'll call you tomorrow, you come and pick us. I'm telling you, by the time I was getting to the house, there's a lady who was called Grace, one of his many girlfriends that he had now brought into the house, and they were living together. And I saw a text, and she was saying, Carol told me that you and your mother tried to kill him. Are you still following him so that you can kill him?
What?
And that text broke me, Esther. It broke me. And I sat down and I said, even if I go back, this nonsense will not end. His girlfriends kept on calling me. Literally, this lady called Grace. Actually, she was there like, I was told she's a house girl. So, ideally, I'm supposed to, in the morning when we are leaving, put the clothes in the wash basin so that she can wash them. She would not wash my clothes. This woman frustrated me. This woman would use different numbers to text me. And so that is why when I told my husband, okay, you go to the house, I am going to pack, then I could not, because I knew this woman is also there. So I made up my mind, and I decided, no, let me live, and let me live completely. So I remember that time I was living in Tena Estate. And now he has tried how I am going to go back. And for me, I am thinking, no, I cannot go back. He told me, if you want me to take care of those children, be coming to get food for them. Esther, I come out from my house. I go to his house. I get money for food. We are living apart. In the morning, he'll give me, I'll sleep there. In the morning, he will give me 2,000 shillings to go and buy food. I started asking myself, Caro, are you normal? Are you normal? You are actually prostituting with your husband to get food for your children. And I said, I will never again. I will never.
That was good.
I will never. And I told God, from today onwards, I will see you with my... You, God, I want to see you. And I knew in my heart, I can't go back there. If I go back, these people will do something wrong. I had spoken and said, there's a time he told me he wanted to put us in the van. And he wanted to, like, drive the car onto the cliff. And so he had those kind of thoughts. And I felt, no, if I go back, something is going to happen.
Yes.
So after I left, I really suffered a lot. I'll tell you, I really did suffer a lot. But God was there with me and my children.
Amen.
Because one of the things that we did now, because of all this desperation and all this pain they had caused, that is where I went into the next ministry. The ministry where we were praying together with some women. And I'm telling you, Esther, when you're hurting, you will jump from the frying pan into the fire. And that is what happened. I jumped into the fire. And I'm telling you, in that ministry, this lady, the leader of the ministry, knew what we were going through.
Taking advantage.
She took advantage, and properly. I'm telling you, Esther, she would come and tell me, the tithe that you're giving is not enough for all the work that we need to do. You need to increase your tithe. And you know, I came to realize later there was a connection between this lady and the lady Esther who had left.
Okay. They knew one another.
They knew one another.
Let us go back. Esther is the prophet.
The Rwandese lady.
Okay.
And let me tell you, Esther, after that, it was bad. I really suffered with my children because now this lady, she would keep on demanding for money. Oh, we have this mission, we are going here, send money, send money, send money. And it was not only me, we were quite a number of women there. And it got to a place where I could not even do anything with my money. I would just pay rent, we don't have food with my children, we have nothing left for us. But still in myself, I believed that I am doing the right thing. And I know, she kept on telling me, let us keep on praying. I believe by next year, God will have done something about your marriage. And what you are following is peace. You are following reconciliation. Because in as much as I left my husband back there, I loved him. And I knew his mother was the problem. And I knew now his people are misusing him. By the way, by the time I left, his sister came to our house. Now this time, my husband earlier had told me that, my sister-in-law is having financial problems. And he said, I'm giving the restaurant to her. And I said, you're giving the restaurant to her? What happens to the money that we spent there? And he said, you didn't spend any money, so just shut up. I'm giving the restaurant to my sister. And he gave the restaurant to the sister. And she came, when they had chased me, she came to my house. She took our sufurias, my sufurias, some very nice sufurias I had. She took my plates. She took my things. And I had to go back and tell him, I have told you, go tell her to return my things. I have not gone anywhere. Go tell her to return my things. And that is how she returned. But let me tell you, this restaurant, she went and she set it up. And I'm telling you, Esther, later, a lady, I used to go to a salon near there. And after they had chased me and I had left, and after some time, a lady called me and said, hey, Mama Abby, where are you? And I said, me, I'm still around. She told me, you know what, yesterday, there was a gas explosion in the restaurant and it got burnt. And I was like, what? And I didn't say anything, but that is what was happening. But I tell you, Esther, these people did not stop there. They kept following me. I remember one time to school and took his daughter. And the next day, I woke up very early in the morning. I went to Embakasi police station, got some policemen, and we went to get my girl. And we went to the garage, and we found him there, and they handcuffed him. So the mother came with some other ladies. And I'm telling you, the way she was looking, that woman wanted to hold me and beat me up. I know that was her intention. And let me tell you, she told me, I will make sure you become a nothing, a nobody. I tell you, Esther, God is so great. I've never looked for a job. I used to be, people used to refer me. And I've worked a lot with SMEs. So I would be in this SME. Once I've finished setting them up, somebody will come and say, Carol, there's another SME starting up. And I would go to start them off. I'd start off their customer service system. I would set up their PR and marketing. I would do all the marketing. And after that, it has stand on its feet.
Yes.
When I'm about to leave that contract, I get another contract. So I moved from one company to another. And I remember I gathered, I've got a lot of experience in that field. But let me tell you, Esther, there are times I would even earn 100,000, over 100,000. But I have nothing to show. I would pay school fees for my children. I would buy food, but all the rest of the money would go to that ministry. Because
And Carol, I want us to talk deeply, because there's so many women who are caged, and because they have issue in their marriage, and they are running for help, and when they go there, it's become worse than when they left. Can you tell us about that place you were in and how you came out?
you see, when we went, we were quite a number of ladies, and these are prominent people, even prominent people's wives. And when we went there, I tell you, everybody had a married issue. And people were so stressed. And I remember others had issues about their children. Their children are drinking too much. Their husbands are drinking. And initially we used to pray, but the leader of the ministry now discovered she could keep us there, and she could manipulate us to get more money from us. And one thing these people do, Esther, they initiate you into food covenants. Every time you go to, every time she will call she will call us to her house. And we would go there like twice or thrice a week. And she's the one who is cooking. And only God knows what she does to the food. And I'm telling you, Esther, once you are initiated by these people through a food covenant, you are done. Wow. People don't understand. Food is for the stomach, but there's a way food is also very spiritual. And anybody who wants to trap you will trap you through food. And that is why you remember my mother-in-law would come with food to my house. She would come and cook the food herself. Or she would come with food that is cooked and put in the fridge. There's a lot that happens.
About food.
With food.
Can I ask you, Carol, because now you had a background, you were born again.
Yeah.
And you knew God for yourself. So when you're entering that ministry, did you discover something wrong or red flags, or you just entered?
Let me tell you, there are no red flags. You never see anything. Because now you haven't... Remember, I'm coming from a place where there was a lot of witchcraft happening there. And the only thing that you are there for is to provide money. Provide money, bring money. And at that time I used to earn well, and I would take money. But then one day, I think also where my husband was, something started happening to him. He was now in his second marriage. I think his third or fourth marriage now. Because he had married so many people. There were so many people around his life. I was in this house now. I had rented because I don't have money, and now I'm in a bed sitter, and I'm there with my children. I was auctioned. I don't have seats. I have very little things. So I just looked for a bed sitter, and I moved there with my children. And when I moved there with my children, that is when now, one day my daughter told me, "Hey, there's someone who keeps on sending me small emojis on my phone on text," and she told me, "Mom, I don't know, this guy is so annoying. And I would never think to, and I kept on telling her, no, maybe it's a secret admirer. You know, she was in campus at that time.
Okay.
Only to discover later it was her dad who kept sending those emojis. And I remember going to the ministry and telling this leader. And I told her, by the way, yesterday this and this happened, and we have discovered it is actually the father, Abby's dad, who is sending those emojis. And I'm telling you, she put up a fight. She's like, no, that man is trying to come back to your lives. Carol, no, he cannot come back to your life. He left you. He did this and this and this. And anyway, Carol, after all, you are not a very good wife. So stick here until the day God sorts you out.
What?
Yes. So I remember that is where now I started thinking, what is happening? And one day, let me tell you, Esther, I was alone in the house. And my children had left the house. And they had gone. I had a loud voice in my spirit. And the voice said, every child is entitled to be taken care of by the father. Why don't they want the father to take care of the children? And I was like, it's like an echo, and it is so loud. And I was like, and all of a sudden I felt this presence in the house where I was. And the voice said again, why don't they want the father to take care of the children? And I asked, who are they? So I remember wondering, who are these who don't want the father to take care of the children? And I heard very clearly in my spirit, Legion. And I thought, Legion, where have I heard that name? And I remembered the Bible.
Yes.
And I wondered. I said, my goodness. Kwani, where we are, there are demons.
And it means there are many.
Yes. And that is when, like, a flash came on my inside, in my spirit, like, whoosh. And I was like, my God, my God, my goodness. And I said, God, I've lost so much. Where do I start? And a voice said, ask my son Jesus.
Hey, amen.
He knows how to do it.
Amen.
And let me tell you, Esther, that was my turning point.
Oh, Jesus.
I always tell people, when you see a woman is in a cult or she has entered a place where she's now, you know, she has been held.
Been controlled.
She's been controlled. She's giving everything. Ask yourself, what is at work in that ministry? These people will never take you unless you are desperate. Remember me, I was very desperate about my marriage. I didn't want to leave my husband back there. I kept on crying and I would pray for him. And I would tell God, please, please, just reconcile us. Because I know these people are going to misuse my husband. These people are taking advantage of him. This man, what we have built together, they will take everything. And let me tell you, Esther, in 2014, he went out and he started the process, the divorce process.
Okay.
God of wonders, He is a God of wonders, miracles, signs, and wonders.
We want to talk about divorce. And there is something happening nowadays. That you're separated, and as you're waiting for maybe to come back together, your husband or the wife decides to divorce and he doesn't tell you. So they go and file the divorce, and you never receive any paper to sign. And then when you're going to check, you're already divorced. And that is happening so much. And that is what happened to Carol. And Carol would want us to tell us, how was your divorce? How were you divorced?
Yes. So, Esther, when I left, I really went through so much. Under the, these conspiracies with the mother went on. He never educated his children. He left everything to me. And he was never, he totally disappeared out of the scene. And I'm telling you, Esther, sometimes I would feel like I'm going mad. I'd feel like I'm going crazy. And one time, I remember I was walking and I had a voice. And the voice told me, have you ever thought of committing suicide?
Oh, Jesus.
This voice that I heard was different. You know, it's not like the other voice that I usually hear in my spirit, the voice of the Holy Spirit. This voice was entirely different. It actually sounded like somebody had just come from behind and whispered into my ear.
And I thought, what? And I ignored. And I kept on walking. And I had the same voice speak to me and say, have you ever thought of committing suicide? Let me tell you, Esther, I stood where I was. And I said, after all these years, the way I have suffered, and right now I can see a small light at the end of the tunnel. That is when you are coming to tell me to commit suicide. Where were you all this time? And I said, Shindwe.
Yes, in
I
Jesus'
said,
name.
silence that voice in Jesus' name.
Yes.
Don't ever speak to me again. Don't ever.
Great.
And I think that was also now, step by step, that was now the turning point of my life. So we come then back to the year 2021. And a lot has changed, and now I'm okay. And now I've even settled. My life is settled. And my husband apparently meets another lady. And this is the woman that he wants to marry. And in the morning, he has married quite a number. And in the morning, I wake up and I find on WhatsApp divorce papers. And there he has written, for your information. And I open, and I look, and I see, this is a decree nisi. And according to these papers, he started the process in 2014, and the divorce went through in 2016. And I'm thinking, how can a divorce go through? I was never called to the court. And the reason that had been given on the divorce papers for the divorce was that I neglected him. Remember, he's the one who chased me away. Remember all the conspiracies. Remember, this man knew where the children were going to school. He could reach me, even he could drive to their school, wait for me there as I am picking the children. He had information because throughout I realized that he would still talk to our common friends. Our common friends kept very close, and they would update him on every step that I am making. They would update him.
Without even knowing. You didn't know.
I did not know. And I kept the same friends throughout. Sometime later, I was going to the market, and I find a guy, and he holds my hand and tells me, Caro. And I look and say, I think I used to know him. So we go to a restaurant and we sit down. And he tells me, Caro, be very careful. Because the other day, your husband, I heard he has some recordings that he has been sharing.
Wow.
And how did he get this? And he told me something specific that I had said. I told you initially, my sister-in-law was very close to my cousin. So they used to talk. And every time I would meet my cousin would tell me, like, Caro, your husband is dating so-and-so, and I would get mad. And I would talk, and I would talk, and I would talk,
And they are recording.
And they are recording. So I think when it came to the divorce, these are the recordings he had gathered, and he took to the lawyer. And that is how they came to the conclusion, now we can do this divorce, because now we have evidence that this woman will never come back. And that is how in 2021 I discovered that I was divorced in 2016. And I remember I wasn't shocked. Because I know him. I know his cunning. Because initially in 2011, when he refused to pay school fees for the children, I went to court. I got a lawyer, and we went to court. And let me tell you, Esther, he told me I will bribe the lawyer and I'll bribe the judge. And I will never, ever pay school fees for these children. And trust me, that was the end of the story.
Oh, Jesus.
And how I came to know about it, the lawyer that I had, somebody who was working in that office called me, and he told me, hey, by the way, tomorrow we were supposed to go to court. But nimeona mzee amepanda huko juu. Ameenda kuona your lawyer.
What?
Na ninasikia amemlipa. So the lawyer has told me to call you and tell you tomorrow we are not going to court. Now the next day, my mom and my auntie had a court case at Milimani Courts. Do you know I went to Milimani Courts and I looked and I saw there was a case that was supposed to be there on that day, but there was nobody.
Because even they told you not to go.
Yes. So that is what is happening to our judicial system. There's a lot of corruption. Another case that we had, I went to one of the property companies. I am the one who went to look for that land. I went, and I even have evidence of receipts that are written both our names. I went, looked for that land, I put a down payment, and we helped each other to buy a land in Kitengela. When I went back there to check on the land, he had bribed his way through, and the title came out with his name. The title came out with his name. And when I asked about the land, he actually sold the land. So you can see what is happening.
Yes.
There's nobody who can tetea you. And he knows already he has put on me the burden of taking care of the children. And here I am all alone.
And you had property together.
We had property together, Esther. We had built the house together. And when I asked him about the house, he told me I sold the house and bought my wife a house.
But that was later.
Later, of course, later. Because now it got to a place where I'm thinking, now my children have grown up, and I want to go back, and I want my house back. I want him to give my children a place where they can call home. And I'm telling you, very arrogant. He told me, by the way, all those years you went, you left me, what do you think? Yeah, I sold the house, and I bought my wife a house. What do you do? What do you do?
Imagine.
You just go back to God and you sit down and you tell him, okay, Daddy, this has happened.
I think the reason why he was doing all this about the divorce, because he didn't want you to go after the properties.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Esther, I found this man with nothing. He didn't have anything. Yeah? We bought, in 10 years, we had bought about 5 plots. One we had built rentals, and we had given that one to the mother. She was living there. And even we allowed her to take the rentals. The second one, we built our own house. The third one, we built some rentals. Yeah? The fourth one didn't have anything we were doing with it. And now the fifth one was the one I had bought in Kitengela that he changed the title into his name. And everything, he took everything. And I'm telling you, you cannot tell him anything right now. He feels this is my property. I got it by myself. And he tells me, I have other children. By the way, right now he has, I think, about 10 children. He married, got children. So together with mine, they are all 10. You see?
But at least there's something for your children if he would want.
He says now they are grown up. Whoever wants him, they know where to find him. Yeah.
So that is how you were divorced without knowing?
Yeah, so I was divorced without knowing. I didn't know what was happening. And so it didn't come as a trauma. It didn't shock me.
It was a surprise.
It was just a confirmation of what he had done. Yes.
But did he come later now to take the children to school?
What happened, one day my dad was he was getting sick quite often. And he asked the children to be taken home. So my brother was passing by, and he collected my kids and took them home. And the next day, my dad took my children, put them in the car, and went with them to the garage. And you know, my mom, when my dad left, my mom always tells me, Carol, I knelt down. And I said, I am not going to get out of my knees. Because she knew he might go there and the man's reaction might be very negative. So as she was praying, my dad got to the garage. And interesting enough, he met him there. And he told him, I've come and I have brought your people. Here they are. But I've come with these children because I want you to tell me, are these your children? And now that I am getting sick, I want to know, how have you planned? What plans do you have for them? Or can I plan them? And the children came out of the car, and their dad was shocked. The children had grown. And my daughter tells me he could not talk. And they went and they sat there, and they started talking with him. And as they were talking, they're asking him, Dad, why didn't you ever look for us? And he told them, no, you know, your mother. And they said, Dad, all our lives in school, we have seen parents fighting for their children. We have seen even fathers coming to school, fighting to see their children. Why did you not ever fight for us? He didn't have words. And you know, now my last born, by the time we left, she was about 1 year and some 2 months. So she was like, she was feeling like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Who is this man? I don't know this man. And she told him, me, I don't know you. I don't know you. And the guy is like, no, you're also my daughter. And it's like, my God, what is happening? Let me tell you, those children sat there. He told them that they can go to the restaurant and get some food. He was mesmerized. The whole day, he says, turned into something. He went, locked himself in the garage. The only thing he could do is cry. And let me tell you, my kids came back home. And my daughter looked at me and she told me, Mom, let me ask you. Kwani, Mom, in your days, they were not good-looking guys. And I said, why? And she said, Mom, that man is our dad. He looks awful. Do you know, for the first time, Esther, I was so embarrassed. I didn't know what to do. And that's when I realized how life had beaten this man. And for the first time, nikaanza kumtetea. Kaanza kuambia my kids, no. But when we were getting married, he was very handsome. He was good looking. He was not looking like this. And my son is like, aye, Mom. And my other daughter is like, aye, Mom. Ulicheza chini. So I was like, my God. So I'm the one who was now starting to defend him, you know, in front of the children. And I would tell them, no, that is your dad. But also good enough for him, I think at this time now, things had begun to happen to him. And he told the children, no, from today I'll be paying your school fees. Please forgive me. And he would take them out and they would sit down and they would talk. And let me tell you something, Esther. My daughter, they talk so much. And that time they talked to so much. And when she came back home, I sat her down because I wanted to know, what were you talking with the father? And the father told her, you know, Abigail, me and your mom, hakuna kitu tulifanyana. My mother and my sister hated your mom. And that is why I had to let your mom go. And my daughter was like, Dad, how could you do that? And she said, and he also would cry a lot. I will say the pain was so much, but somehow he gave me a landing, a cushion to land on. In as much as the man went and divorced me even without knowing, and he took all the property, there was a cushion. God always cushioned me and has always cushioned me.
Amen.
Yeah.